Good evening and welcome to the south side of Ankeny. We have a quadrangle tonight here at Ankeny High School between Ankeny High, we have Dike-New Hartford, we have Ankeny Christian, and we have North Polk. First match of the night will be the Ankeny Hawks up against the Ankeny Christian team here, a two-time defending champion. We'll turn it over to the PA announcer for starting lineups.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny Hawks mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are one of the main reasons people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a proud supporter. I've been helping Ankeny families for over 20 years, and if you or anyone you know needs help finding the perfect home, let's talk. But first, go Hawks.
We're here at US Cellular, Frost Days, where our customers get exclusive deals just for them.
It's like we got our own special club.
Should we show them?
Get $1,200 off any phone plus $500 off any tablet. Us Days at US Cellular.
Here, do you have any idea? All right. I'll ask Andy.
I'm hoping with like Cade,
Just
if
one?
he has a cough box.
Got it.
Where it's literally just
He can control it. Looks like we're not going to do starting lineups tonight, so we will be right in ready for action tonight. Once again, this is a number 15th ranked I have a national anthem here coming in again. Where's that coming from? But I'm not sure here, so we'll see what's going to happen here. I don't know where that came from. We had a little announcement that the national anthem was going to play again. So let's just go through starting lineups. So who we have out on the court. It looks like for Ankeny, we're going to have Maya Steinkamp in setting. We're going to have number 9, Quinn Roush. We got number 2, Ellie Isaacson. We have number 16. It's going to be Haley Weirin. We have number 18. It's going to be Raquel Risk. And number 7 is going to be Marley Ellison. And for the ACA Eagles is going to be, we got number 10, Breeze Bentz. We have number 18, Elise Walmsley. We have number 11, Ella Lever. We have number 1, Caitlin Weathers. And looks like libero is going to be number 4, Ella Bustle. I think it's going to be number 5 over there. I can't see a number. That's Liv Nearing is going to be the setter. But let me check here. Oh, it's going to be Sydney Quick maybe. can't see the number here. It's number 8. It's Evelyn Davis is going to be the setter, so freshman setter. So ACA is going to be coming back in for the start of the season here. The 2-time defending state champs. They're going to come in ranked 15th at 1A. Ankeny's going to come in ranked 9th in 5A. So got a 2A team in Dike-New Hartford and a 4A team in North Polk. So we have a lot of the levels, the A's as you would call it here, covered for tonight's match. And it's going to be Maya Steinkamp serving. She'll put the ball into play. And the start of the season for both ACA and Ankeny is upon us. Opposites blocked. And we'll have a net call on the Eagles. Start things out. It'll be number 14 with the net violation. That's Savannah Dolbier. Steinkamp in with the service again. Back row set. Steinkamp with the defense. Bump set to the outside. And route, or get the names here. That's Wiederin with the kill. Haley Wiederin, outside hitter, sophomore. Two-0 early lead here for the Hawks. And that serve goes long. It'll be the first point for the Eagles. And I'll put Evelyn Davis at the serving line. She's the freshman setter for the Eagles. Serves, shots in from Marley Ellenson. And that puts Madison Anzamo at the line here for serving. He's a senior defensive specialist. Blocked on the backside. A little miscommunication on the set leads to a Hawk point. (4-1) lead for the Hawks. And Selme back for the serve. Set to the middle. Nobody's there for a block. Also a block, net violation called on the Hawks. Number 9. Dolbear to save. Serve. Back quick, set out in the middle there. That's number 9 with the kill. That's Quinn Roush, junior middle hitter. That leads to Haley Flanders, number 8, the libero for the Hawks. Back to the outside, Wiederin with the kill. Ball's put back into play. Miscommunication on the set. Steinkamp sends it to the outside. Ellison with the swing. Dug in the back row. Swung on by Lever. Back out to Ellison. Once again, dug up. Barely gets it over. Steinkamp sets it to the opposite. And it's tipped over. Eagles get that one back up. Set back to the outside. Ellison again. Gets the right angle on that time. Gets the kill for the Hawkettes. 7-2 lead here in the first game of the night. Haley Flanders, the libero, back to serve again. Nice serve. Has the Eagles scrambling. Going to be a free ball over for the Hawkettes. Riff steps back, pops that one up. Back out to Wiedering, and net called on number 10. Breeze Bentz called for the net. Flanders on a decent run to start out game number 1. And it was out, long. Defensive player back there almost got a touch on that, but she gets out of the way in just enough time to have that one sail long. That'll be Breeze Bentz, a sophomore, opposite hitter, up to serve. Ellison with the pass, back out to her. Hits a stander, and a stander hits the ground. So we'll take a second to get that repaired here. Be a referee timeout for just a second here while they get that set back in. And we're back into action. Set to the opposite. Popped over, free ball here for the Hawkettes. Go to the middle. Risk, hits the ball out, no touch. ACA scores again. Breeze Bentz on a little bit of run of her own, gets the Eagles back within 3. She puts it into play and gets an ace. Hawkeye teams pulls in a huddle, trying to get things back under control. Coach Michelle quick for the Eagles, giving some instructions to her team. Elsa with a nice angle. Bounces off of an Eagle and goes way out of bounds. That'll lead to the first substitution, Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution. That'll bring in Gwen Christensen as the second setter. And that'll bring in number 11, Malia Cobb, senior right side, opposite. Christensen will be back to serve. Nice deep serve from Christensen. ACA sets the middle, dug up by Christensen. Cobb with her first action of the night, sends it in on a power tip. Tried to dump it over. Back to Cobb again. Cobb's just going to send it a little bit long. That'll be a point for ACA. Be number 18, Elise Walmsley. Into serve. Short serve goes all the way over. Power tip from number 11, Ella Lever with the score. She's listed in the lineup here as a libero, but she's hitting outside tonight. Hopefully we got the right number on her, but yep, hitting outside. Risk with the power tip from the middle, pushes it all the way to the back line, it's in. Point for the Hawkettes. Eagles send to the outside. Defended by the Hawkettes. They get it back over. Free ball here for the Eagles, and they score on it. Outside hitter, Ella Lever, with her second kill this first match. And I'll put Lever back at the service line. That's Isaacson on the outside for the Hawkettes. She gets her first kill of the night. It's a sophomore outside hitter, 6 foot tall. Raquel Risk back to serve, junior middle hitter. ACA runs a slide, comes off the top of the tape, and just enough of a delay in how that ball got to us. Cobb couldn't handle that, and it goes off the side of her platform and out of bounds. Point for the Eagles. They bring it back to within 1 point, 10-11 here. First game. Out to Cobb. Cobb, nice job. Gets a good swing on that ball, puts it right down the line, a kill for her. That'll bring in our second set of substitutions there for the Hawkettes. I'll flip back their setters and outsides. That'll bring in Maya Steinkamp back into the game setting, and that'll bring in Haley Wiederin back in. Also got a couple kills to her name already. Good pass by the Eagles. Steinkamp goes and gets this one, bump past the outside. Isaacson handles it well. Reeder, a nice swing, but dug up on the back row by Weathers. Steinkamp with the first touch. Isaacson tips it over the top of the block. Beautiful play, and nobody's there for the Eagles. And a point for the Hawkettes. Gets that lead back up to 3 points. 13-10, game one. Vince goes to the campfire space right in the middle and gets the point. Libero substitution, that'll bring Walmsley back into the front row, number 18. Ellison with the pass, sets the middle. Great block there in the middle from the Eagles, number 18. Walmsley just into the game, blocked that one down. Actually, I think that was number 14. That was Dolbear with the block. Freshman middle hitter. I think Walmsley was right there next to her, but it was Dolbear with the block. Yeah, net violation on the Eagles. I didn't even see anything really happen there, but looks like it's was number 14 in the net. I'll bring Madison and Selmy. She's in to serve. Middle hit goes long for the Eagles. Point Hawkettes. Nice serve off the top of the tape. Wasn't able to be handled by the Hawkettes. It's ace for the Hawkettes. Length does that lead up to 4, 12-16, 16-12 in favor of the Hawkettes. Almost an overpass, but leads to a little bit of confusion for the Eagles, and they're not able to get that ball over. Another point for the Hawkettes. Dink over the top of the block. Out to Ellison. Ellison roll shot. Covered nicely by the Eagles. Get it to their opposite. Strong block there from the Hawkettes. I don't know if it even did get over. It looks like they are calling it a block. Block on the outside. Nice little run for the Hawkettes. Lengthens their lead up to 6 points. 18-12. Nice swing from the opposite for the Eagles. Put a ball down. That's number 14, Dolbear. She'll take that momentum and take her right back to the service line. See if she can get a nice little run here for the Eagles to get back into this game. Sets the opposite, Weirder in, goes down the line. They're gonna call hit the standard as it went by. So it'll be a point for the Eagles. Ellison tips it over. Be an opportunity here for the Eagles. Keep things going, but it's blocked. Combination of Ellison and who was the outside there? It was number 9, Quinn Roush in there with the help on the block. One of the two got it out there, double block. Flanders with a nice serve, push that defender all the way to the back line. Steinkamp runs a quick middle, pushed over. A nice little tip over the top of a block for Risk. We have timeout for ACA. Scores 20-14 here in game 1, and we'll be back in just a few moments after a word from our sponsor.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Drosh Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
And we're back. That'll be Haley Flanders, the libero, back in to serve. 6-point lead. She's looking to build on that. Just ticks the tape as she gets it across. Dig out of Flanders. Goes right to the middle for Risk. Dug up by the libero for the Eagles. Back to the outside. Ellison, roll shot there. There's confusion there, but it's going to be a net call on the Eagles as they try to get that one out of the net. Just got a little bit too far, a little bit too close, and tapped that net. Flanders once again. Nice serve. She serves an ace. Lengthens that lead up to 8. 22-14 in favor of the Hawkettes. Gives it to the outside. Nice swing there by Ella Lever. She gets right inside the block with a strong strike. Point for the Eagles. Breeze Bentz back to serve. Nelson with a little fist pop over the top of the block. They run the middle. The middle is a little bit strong, a little power tip, and Maya Steinkamp gets caught moving into the middle. Thought she was going to have to cover a roll shot and ended up being a little bit of more of a push tip. Bentz with her second serve. Hits the tape again. Ace for Bentz. Set to the opposite. Weeder in with the swing and not able to be dug in the back row. Did a one touch there and it trickles out to the back. It'll be a point for the Hawkettes. 2 points away from the finality of game number 1. Christensen comes in and a Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution. Also into the front is number 11, Malia Cobb. Nice short serve from Christensen. Cobb with the swing. Right on the back line. It's a point for the Hawkettes, and that'll be game point for game number 1. Playing the best of 2 out of 3 tonight, so not playing the full 5-game sets, but just playing the best out of 3 because we have a quadrangle tonight, so 3 games tonight. The other individuals are North Polk and Dike-New Hartford, and they're playing in the other gym as we speak. That's a long shot for the Eagles, and that'll be the end of game 1, 25-17 in favor of the Hawkettes. We'll be back in a few minutes for game number 2.
Our phones were made to help us connect, and somehow they've made us less connected.
Which is ironic, don't you think? Ugh, I love this song so much.
Let's find us again with Us Mode. US Cellular, built for us.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
No matter how hard I try, I cannot come up with any place I'd rather call home than Ankeny. We raised our family here, so when it came time to downsize, I knew there was no place for me but Ankeny. From unique shops to incredible restaurants, there's always something new to explore, and it's all just a few minutes away. Building my home here with Caliber was one of the best decisions I've ever made. If you're thinking about making a move, let me help you find your perfect home. You'll fall in love with Ankeny just like I have. Let's talk soon.
All the pets in Ankeny can't wait to see us at Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. Located just south of Uptown, our family-owned and operated practice has yearly plans with monthly pay options. Your dog or cat can get routine and preventative care before you may ever even know they are sick. From dental care to x-rays to our own pharmacy, we love them like our own. Your pets are our pets at Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital.
All right, we're back for game number 2. It'll be ACA serving this time to start the game out. 25-17 in game number 1 in favor of the Hawkettes. Like I said, we've got North Polk and Dike-New Hartford. Dike-New Hartford, I believe, is ranked 6th in 2A. And North Polk, they're both playing in the other gym. ACA coming off of, I believe, 2 state championships in a row. Lost like 4 all-tournament team members from last year's finals. So it was a big chunk of talent that went on to the next level after last year. So kind of a rebuilding season here for the Eagles. But are still ranked number 15th in 1A. And we're in action. Isaacson, no touch. It'll be just a little bit of a hair long. I think the Hawkettes were looking for a touch on that block, but it does just go a little bit long. 1-0 lead early in game number 2 for the Eagles. Ellison with the pass. Isaacson right over the top of the block, and it's called in this time. 1-1 tie for these two teams, as we'll bring in Madison and Selmay. Off the top of the tape, it's going to roll out of bounds. Point for the Hawkettes. That'll be a net serve for the Hawkettes. Tied back up for the Eagles, 2-2. Eagles come right back with a net serve of their own. Back over to the Hawkettes. Flanders into the game for the serve. Back row set for the Eagles. It hits off the top of the tape and it trickles out of bounds. Point for the Hawkettes. Run to the middle. Steinkamp with the defense. Gets it back out to Wiederin. Almost dug in the back row, but doesn't get enough of it to get up, and it bounces harmlessly on the second hit. That'll be a timeout for the Eagles for ACA. We'll be back in just a second. We'll get a quick commercial in here.
Freedom Tire is proud to be the title sponsor of supporting Jaguar student athletes through Centennial Digital. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping your family safely on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Come see us at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of Centennial Digital.
Flanders will be back in to serve. 5-2 here, game number 2. First one taken by the Hawks. Nice serve for Flanders. Free ball over, gets over to Risk. Set was a little bit too high for Risk in the middle. Hits it into the top of the net. That'll be a point for the Eagles. Wiederin with the hit. Pop back over. Wiederin with another hit in the opposite. Hits the back line. It's going to be a point for the Hawkettes. Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. Substitutions coming in. That'll be Cobb and Christensen coming into the game. Setter and opposite. Christensen will be back to serve. 6-3 early lead here in game number 2. Free ball coming back over for the Eagles. Hawkettes need to use this to their advantage. 3 ball, it's going to be long, but going to be long here as they ran the 31 there. Risk just got a little bit too strong on that one, send it out of bounds. Serving substitution is going to come in. Naring will take a seat on the bench. It'll bring in number 7, Emily Burris, junior DS for the Eagles. I think it's our first action for her tonight, if I remember correctly. Allison puts the ball into play. Back to Cobb. Cobb with a nice cut. Double block out there. She goes right around that block for the point. 7-4 Hawkettes. Ellison in to serve. Eagles go to the middle. Dink over the top of the block. Go back to Cobb. Cobb this time, instead of swinging hard, she rears back that hand and just pops it into the middle. Gets a point for the Hawkettes. 2 kills in a row for Cobb. That'll be Ellison back to serve once again. She puts the ball into play. Nice short serve. Popped up nicely by the Eagles. They run that middle and they do a little tipping of their own. Get it right over the top of the block. Nobody there to cover for the defense for the Hawkettes. It'll be a point for the Eagles. Back to within 3. Number 14, Dolbert coming back into the game. In the front row, freshman middle hitter. Isaacson pops that one over on a not very good set there, or a bad communication. Hawkettes will get another opportunity. Christensen sends it all the way outside to Isaacson. Isaacson tips it over. Center dump, goes right over on the defense from the Hawkettes. Hawkettes get a free ball. Sending it to Cobb. It sets it over the net. Pop there goes second ball pop for Cobb. Nice block set up by the Hawkettes, but the Eagles go right around it. That's number 1, Caitlin Weathers with the kill right down the line. Yeah, substitution back in. That'll be bringing in Liv Naring back into the lineup, and Emily Burris will be taking a seat. That'll put Ella Lever at the back line for her serve. She'll send it long. It'll be too strong. Goes out the back end. It'll be a service error for the Eagles. I'll get Raquel Risk back to the servicing line for the Hawkettes. 9-6 the lead for the Hawkettes here in game number 2. Scramble play here for the Eagles. They get blocked at the net, and that block goes straight down. It'll be a point for the Hawkettes. Risk with another solid serve. First pass goes up, hits the bottom of the net, doesn't go anywhere. Ball blocked on the outside, but it goes off the block and goes right parallel to the net and drops in for a point for the Eagles. Isaacson almost had a touch on that to pop it up to get another opportunity for the Hawkettes, but it goes down. Risk takes a seat on the bench. That brings back in Flanders, the libero. Ellison with the first touch. Christensen sends it to Isaacson. Isaacson gets all of that one, but it's dug up in the back row for the Eagles. Tip over the top of the block. Flanders in with the set. Isaacson rolls that ball over the top of the block into the midfield and scores on it. It'll be Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital as our setters and our opposites pop back in here, and that'll be Maya Steinkamp heading back to the servicing line, and that'll also bring in Haley Weeder in back into the front row. Eagles with a nice pass. A little miscommunication on what they were running in the middle. Leads to a free ball here for the Hawkettes. And the middle swing, Quinn Roush hits the top of the net and bounces right back into the Hawkettes side. So that'll be 4 contacts on the Hawkettes. Evelyn Davis back to serve, the freshman setter. The barrel pops out as well. That'll be Liv Naring coming back into the front row. Swat middle there, run by the Eagles. Back row, Wiedering goes off the top of the block and puts that ball right down. Score for the Hawkettes. They'll keep that lead at 5, 13-8 here in game number 2. And Selme win for the serve. Sent to the outside for the Eagles. The Eagles just power that one through the block. That's number 14, Dolbear with the kill. She'll go right back to the servicing line. Ellison with a swing on the outside. Strong roll shot, but dug up by the Eagles. Come back with their own roll shot, and that's going to be a little bit long. Be a point for the Hawkettes. Risk back into the front row. Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution. Quinn Roush takes a seat. Now to put Flanders at the service line. Ellison on the outside, swings, blocked. Hawkettes throwing their bodies around to try to get that one back up, but not able to do so. At a point for the Eagles, 14-10 in favor of the Hawkettes still. This will be Breeze Benz back to serve. She served a couple of runs in the first game. Weeder in with a power angled shot. Great set by Steinkamp, gives her an opportunity, one-on-one in the block, and Wiederin makes her pay for it. Christensen and Cobb back in the double substitution. Christensen back to serve. Eagles set it to the middle. Cobb swings a little bit too long. Left the opposite, just gets a little bit too much and sends it over the top of the block and out of bounds. Be back to number 5. That'll be Liv Naring into serve. That'll be long. Servicing error by the Eagles. Isaacson back into the front row. Now to put Marley Ellison back to the servicing line. Set to the outside. Nice block there by the Hawkettes. They'll go to the outside again. Goes over the top of the block this time. Christensen keeps the ball in play. Gets it to Isaacson. Isaacson blocked at the net. Cobb, power tip. Popped up there by the Eagles. They'll get another opportunity. Free ball here for the Hawkettes. Let's see what they can do with it. Christensen runs the middle with Risk, and Risk puts it away. Hawkettes got into system and were able to put that one away. Nice little run between Christensen and Risk. Marley Ellison back to serve once again, trying to lengthen this lead a little bit further. Power push outside. Christensen gets the ball, sends it over the top. We got a net call on who? I think it was a net violation. I don't know what he called there. I think it was something from the back row that he called there. I'm not really sure what he called there. Isaacson with the pass. Christensen keeps it off the net. Gets just enough of it to try to get Risk an opportunity, but Risk pops that one just a little bit too hard and goes out of bounds. Christensen gets it to Cobb. Cobb swings off the touch, out of bounds. It'll be point for the Hawkettes. Risk goes back to the service line. Flanders steps out, and that'll bring number 9, Quinn Roush, back into the starting lineup, into the front row. Risk with the serve. Short set there. Opportunity here for the Hawkettes. Getting out to Isaacson. Isaacson rears back off of a touch. It'll be a kill for Isaacson. And system balls for the Hawkettes starting to really pay off for them as they take a 6-point lead here in game number 2. Service error for a risk. That'll bring number 1, Caitlin Weathers, back to the service line. Ellison with the pass. 31 set there from Christensen to Roush. Connects and able to put that ball down. Point for the Hawkettes. Double sub. That'll bring my Steinkamp and Wiederim back in. 6-point lead, 20-14. Nice serve from Steinkamp, but they're able to run a pretty decent middle attack there. It's just touched and goes out. Be a point for the Eagles. We're going to run out of time here to get a run to bite into this lead. So this is going to be an excellent opportunity to see if they can score a couple points in a row here to get themselves back into this game. 20-15 the score. And a servicing error ends that quickly. Isaacson takes a seat, and that'll bring in Anselme. And she'll be serving. Perfect pass there from the Eagles. They go to the middle, and it's blocked. Roush and Wiederim there teaming up for the block. Ball sent over on a first defense. A joust at the net. There'll be a free ball here for the Hawkettes to see what they can do with it. Roush runs the quick. Scores with the quick. Steinkamp to Roush in the middle. Defender was standing right on the 10-foot line. Almost had an opportunity to dig that one up, but Roush got up to it too quickly and put that ball away. Ellison pops that ball up. Steinkamp gets it to Wiederim. Wiederim almost puts it away. Tries to take it over, but it'll be just an extension of the net violation there on the Eagles as tried to pop that ball over as it went by, and the follow through hit the tip of the net, top of the net. Hawkettes will serve again. Game point in game number 2. Pop the outside, Wiederim almost gets the kill. A little bit of chaos here for the Eagles, and the Hawkettes are going to use that to their advantage. They run a double quick. That's Wiederim putting the ball away for game point in game number 2, 25-15 for the Hawkettes. That'll be end of game number 1 here as we wait for the other game to finish in the other gym. That'll be North Polk and Dike-New Hartford. Matching up in that gym over there, and they'll be done here shortly, and then we'll get to game number 2. But we'll hit some commercials up in the meantime, and we'll be back for the second game of the night. Hawkettes win 2-0, 25-17 and 25-15 here in the first game of the quadrangle here tonight. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Look, here's a phone company who wants us to use our phones less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way.
Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
It's a free ride. But I already paid.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. I've been helping families here for over 20 years as a realtor, and I know that our schools and community activities are second to none. That's why people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a supporter. If I can help you or anyone you know find the perfect home in Ankeny or the Metro, let's talk. And now it's time to cheer on our kids.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected.
Which is ironic, don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else.
Ironic.
Ironic.
But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way.
Let's find us again with Us Mode. US Cellular, built for us.
Traffic jam.
Ugh, and I'm already late.
So when an athlete walks into Dike-New Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching, we have the best technology, we have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
Freedom Tire is proud to be the title sponsor of supporting Jaguar student athletes through Centennial Digital. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping your family safely on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Come see us at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of Centennial Digital.
Whenever you are ready. Yep. Is it on? All right, we're getting set for game number 2 of the quadrangle here tonight at Ankeny High School. We got North Polk Comets in next. I'm going to change my lineup sheet for game number 2. North Polk comes in unranked. They just finished up with Dike-New Hartford in the other gym. I'm trying to get a score for that game, but I'm waiting to hear from somebody to give me some confirmation on that game score. North Polk comes in, first game of the season for them too. Samantha Sheldon is her coaching debut for the Comets, and it'll be a point for the Hawkettes straight out of the gates. (1-0) lead for the Hawkettes. Starting lineup here, we'll try to get it nailed down here for North Polk. It'll be Madeline Cleaver out there. We've got Reagan Peterson. We got, that'll be Cleaver back to serve right now. We got number 12, the libero, Ava Kudelka. Setter's number 5, that's Addison Bingham, a senior. Wiederin gets blocked at the net. Steinkamp, a little miscommunication between the setter and one of the front row players sends that ball over, and little pop sends that ball out of bounds. Jenna Krantz is out there, a senior middle hitter, number 14 for the Comets. Number 8 sends it out of bounds. That'll be Jocelyn Rasmussen. And that's Anslum back there to serve. I kind of butchered her name there in the first game, but got that corrected. So Madison Anslum with a little service run here to start the game out for the Hawkettes. 3-2 in favor of the Hawkettes. That'll bring a substitution in for the Comets. That'll bring Jaden Ewell into the game. Outside hitter, junior, 5'8". Should be playing opposite. Steinkamp pops that one all the way out to Ellison, and the first defense pops up an over ball to the Hawkettes, and the Hawkettes put it down from the middle. That was Quinn Roush with the kill. Flanders in serving. Comets send that ball out of bounds. A little bit too long on the shot from the outside. Looks like Coach Sheldon's asking for some clarification. From the down ref, they're discussing something, pointing out to the court here, but trying to figure out what they're talking about here. Refs are wearing mics, so they can't talk to each other. From the down ref to the up ref. Flanders puts the ball back into play, and it's shanked off of the defense. And that's an ace for the Hawkettes. Flanders with the ace. 6-2 lead for the Hawkettes, game number 1. Ellison pops it up. Steinkamp sends it to Wiederin, and Wiederin's blocked at the net, blocked down. It's a point for the Comets. That'll be a Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution. That'll bring in probably a new setter. That'll bring in number 9. That's Claire Riker. And that'll bring in Peyton Dirks as a middle hitter. Number 13. Steinkamp sends it out to Ellison. Ellison right on top of the ball. Gets blocked. Back to Ellison. Roll shot over the top. Dug in the back. Hawkettes go quick in the middle. Power tip from Risk. Scores for the Hawkettes. A double substitution. That's going to bring in number 20, Macy Cole, junior setter for the Hawkettes. And that'll bring in number 17, Tegan Moyer, an outside hitter. Her first action of the night. Both Cole and Moyer with their first action of the night. Risk gets a quick set right away from Cole and puts the ball away. 8-3 lead for the Hawkettes. Roll with the attack. Anselm tries to chase that ball down, gets it popped up, but is not able to get that one back going the right direction as she lays out for that ball. Point for the Comets. That'll be number 8, Jaslyn Rasmussen in to serve. Short serve. Ball's popped over, and that's middle hitter Peyton Dirks putting that one away. Ellison with the swing. It's dug up. Be a roll shot there for the Comets. Puts the ball in system for the Hawkettes. Popped over by Cole. Little tight set, but the Comets get it, but it's going to be a net violation by number 10, Cleaver, from the Comets. That'll be Ellison with the serve. 9-5 score here in game number 1. Quick back, run by the Comets, and it does score. Jay Newell with the serve. Ellison with the pass. So number 17, first action. Moyer with the first hit. Cleaver with a nice roll shot. Back to Moyer. It's going to be too tight for Moyer, and she's going to run into the net. And going to be a point for the Comets as they inch their way back into the game. 9-7 here in game number 1. Nice run. Risk with a quick, but it's dug up by the Comets. Tight set, able to keep it in play, but it's going to be a net violation by the Comets as that set was just a little bit too tight there. Jenna Krantz not able to control that and ends up running into the net. You risk back to serve once again. Krantz tries to push that off of a block, but ends up going out of bounds. It'll be another point for the Hawkettes. Risk with a serving singer. Got a couple points in there, but end up hitting it into the net on the third shot. 11-8 lead for the Hawkettes. Double substitution here for the Comets. That'll bring in number 1, Peterson, and into the serving spot, that'll be number 5, Addison Bingham. Ellison with a nice pass. Runs to the outside. Isaacson with a nice swing. called a double hit. Ask about it maybe being a block, but the upper ref was pretty adamant that that was the correct call. And they're talking it over, and he's going to say number 1 was the one that hit that ball twice. Was kind of a blocking motion in there as well, but even with a blocking motion, it still can't be the first one to touch the ball. So I don't know what the argument is. So getting some clarification, I guess, as a coach, but really she still can't touch the ball twice in a row. So nice dump ball there, but Steinkamp ready to go. Isaacson gets blocked on the outside. They go right back to the opposite, and Wiederin with the kill. Shank pass there by the Comets. It's an ace for the Hawkettes. Lengthen that lead up to 14-8, 6-point lead. Steinkamp going on a little bit of a mini run here in the first game here against Polk City, North Polk. Ball to the outside. Goes off the block, and Steinkamp does get a hand on it, but doesn't get enough to get it popped up to be able to do anything with. Point for the Comets. That was Jenna Krantz with the swing. That'll put Madeline Cleaver in to serve. Isaacson reaches high, pops that ball right into the campfire zone, and everyone just watches it pop in there. Good choice out of Isaacson. And Anselm will get back into the game. She'll be serving, defensive specialist, senior, 5'7". Jacinda Nemmers into the game for the Comets. She gets some early action. This is some indecisiveness with her libero on whether they were going to let that one go, and Nemmers does get a hand out, just barely touches it. That'll be a point for the Hawkettes. Nice pass by Rasmussen, and she swings, but just gets a little bit too much of it. It'll be a timeout for Samantha Sheldon of the Polk City Comets, and we'll be back in just a second after a word from our sponsor.
All the pets in Ankeny can't wait to see us at Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. Located just south of Uptown, our family-owned and operated practice has yearly plans with monthly pay options. Your dog or cat can get routine and preventative care before you may ever even know they are sick. From dental care to x-rays to our own pharmacy, we love them like our own. Your pets are our...
And we're back. Anselm still back at the serving line. She's lengthened that lead up to 8, and 17-9. Puts the ball into the play. Rasmussen once again with a good pass. They set the middle, popped over. Steinkamp goes right back to the middle for the Hawkettes, but it's dug up by Kudelka. And Ankeny with a little bobble there, aren't able to control that ball to get it back into system and get it over the net. Point for the Comets. Kudelka back to serve, senior DS. Also the libero here tonight. Steinkamp gets it to Wiederin. Wiederin just gets a little bit too much of that one, sends it out of bounds. Kudelka serving once again. Serves it long. Nice run there to the middle, but it's popped up enough. It's going to be a free ball here sent over for the Comets. Hawkettes is going to see what they can do. They run middle again. They actually back set to Wiederin. Dug up again. Rasmussen with a roll shot cross court and is able to find the bottom of the court and scores another point for the Comets. 17-12 in favor of the Hawkettes. Comets are starting to work their way into the match. Ellison didn't get enough of that one, sends it into the net. Anselm. Comets just got a little bit caught there. Ball just kind of came over weird. They missed a connection on the Hawkettes side, but the libero was there to pop that one over. And the Comets just could not get back into connection with each other and not able to get that ball back over the Hawkettes. Overpass here for the Hawkettes. They get an opportunity to run their system, and Wiederin back set to her. She puts that ball away, touch and out. Flanders back, serving for her second point. And servicing error for Flanders. Double substitution here coming in for the Comets. That'll be Peyton Dirks coming back into the game, and back serving will be Claire Riker. Nice little run from the middle. Steinkamp to Risk. Risk puts that one down off the side of a block. Double substitution. That'll bring Cole back in to serve, and number 17. That'll be Moyer coming back in, playing opposite. Cole with the serve. Goal off the side of the block. Scores for the Comets. That'll put Rasmussen back at the servicing line. Ellison takes the ball with her hands. Steinkamp and Risk try to connect up. Cole and Risk try to connect up with a quick, but hit the ball into the top of the net. Goes straight down, no opportunity and no block. Sends the ball back over to the Comets. They're back within 4, trying to claw their way back into the match. Steinkamp to the middle. Libero takes over off of the block. Cleaver sends it over. Steinkamp's not able to get there to get that ball popped up. Get an opportunity for a swing. Serve receive for the Hawkettes. They'll need to get settled down and get this ball back into right places. Ellison on the right side this time. Swings right down the line. That's dug up. Comets able to get it back over, but they'll be running back to Ellison, and it's a one-on-one block with the Comets, and Ellison puts it away with authority. She'll go back to serve. That'll be Anselm taking a seat on the bench, and Isaacson coming in on the outside. Ellison back to serve. Joust at the net, and Hawkettes use all 3 of their touches and aren't able to get the ball over the net. Isaacson on the outside. Hits it off the block, out of bounds. It'll be point for the Hawkettes. Ball's long. Cleaver takes a good cut, but just too much. Risk serving. Cleaver swings, but that's a Roush with the block in the middle, puts that ball right down. Another point for the Hawkettes. And that would be game one, 25-18 in favor of the Hawkettes as they take the lead. And this three-game setup tonight over Polk City Comets, North Polk Comets. We'll be back in just a few moments.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. I've been helping families here for over 20 years as a realtor, and I know that our schools and community activities are second to none. That's why people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a supporter. If I can help you or anyone you know find the perfect home in Ankeny or the Metro, let's talk. And now it's time to cheer on our kids.
All the pets in Ankeny can't wait to see us at Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. Located just south of Uptown, our family-owned and operated practice has yearly plans with monthly pay options. Your dog or cat can get routine and preventative care before you may ever even know they are sick. From dental care to x-rays to our own pharmacy, we love them like our own. Your pets are our pets at Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
So when an athlete walks into Dike-New Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
Number two, back for game number two here. North Polk will be serving for the second game. And it'll be Madeline Cleaver back to serve. Junior outside hitter. Nelson with a perfect pass there, sets the outside. A little pop over from Wiederin as she's playing outside for that serve receive. Does a nice job of reading the block and going right over the top of the block. Isaacson and Anselm will be trading in here. Anselm will be back to serve. North Polk pops that one up. Blocked at the net. Try the other side, blocked at the net again, and that ball drops down. That's the middle blocker, number 9, Quinn Roush, the junior. Blocks that one back, had a block on one side, had a block on the other, and the second one successful. Anselm with their second serve of the match. Tried to run a quick back, but just goes a little bit too long. Didn't get enough of the top of the ball there and sends it long. Ball sent to the outside. Rasmussen, nice strong swing, puts it right down the line, right around the Hawkette block. Point for the Comets. Jenna Krantz takes a seat. Jade Newell takes her place. Libero Kudelka serving. Ellison with a perfect pass. They run the middle. Roush puts that ball away. Perfect set from Steinkamp on the quick run in the middle. Flanders, a libero, back to serve. Ball's in, hits the back line. Servicing ace for Flanders. Kudelka puts the ball to the outside from libero position. Steinkamp sending it outside to Ellison. Ellison takes a little bit off of it, and it's blocked and not able to recover as they try to pop that ball up, and it hits the top of the tape and goes right straight down. A couple substitutions for the Comets as number 13, Peyton Dirks, and number 9, Claire Riker as the middle hitter, and the setter substitution comes in. Steinkamp puts it the opposite. Wiederin is dug. Gets a Rasmussen, wraps and rears back, but Anselm with a nice save. Ellison with a swing. It's blocked at the net. Ellison with the pop up there, and the Hawkins have to push it over. Flanders with the outside set. Dug up by Kudelka. Setter pop there, and Ellison's waiting for it. She pops it right back over the top of the block, and it's a kill for Ellison. So center opposite substitution by the Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospitals. That's Cole coming back in to be setting and serving at this situation. And that's bringing in Tegan Moyer into the front row. Peyton Dirks has to take that one over on the second ball. Cole sends the outside. Ellison goes right over the top of the block. Gets a little bit of contact there, and the Comets aren't able to pop that one back up and get it back into play. Samantha Sheldon, first-year coach, giving some instructions to her disciples out there on the floor. Kudelka, nice pass. Wool with the swing, dug up by the Hawkettes. Steinkamp takes the second ball back to the corner, but it's covered by the Comets as Nemmers is right there ready to go. It'll be a timeout for the Comets. We'll be back in just a second. And we're back. Coach Sheldon called that timeout, trying to get her team settled down as an early 8-2 lead here for the Hawkettes. Cole puts the ball into play. Rasmussen with that first pass, they get it right to her. She tips it over the top, gets a touch off the top of the block, and goes right down. Nice job of just tip-tooling it right off that block. Got a substitution that's going to bring Cleaver back into the game for the Comets. and send Rasmussen back to the servicing line. Ellison with the pass, right back out to Ellison. Set to the back row for Rasmussen, and Raquel Risk is just waiting for that back row attack and drops that ball straight down. Isaacson will step in. She'll be coming in for the front row substitution, and Anselm will be taking a seat. Ellison back to serve. Sets to the back to Uhl takes it over. Risk, I think, going to get a little bit of the net there on her follow through, as the set was a little bit tight there from Cole, and her follow through touched the top of the net, so that'll be a side out. Brings in Jenna Krantz into the front row. Nice job out of Tegan Moyer with the opposite swing, and she gets a kill. Nice set from Macy Cole. Risk steps up to the servicing line. Ball's in play. Krantz swings. Risk pops that ball up. Little quick little run there, but the set was a little high, so Quinn Roush did the smart thing, just tipped it right over on the way up. Scores for the point, lengthening that lead up to 7 points, 11-7. Definitely quiet here as Risk rears back and puts the ball into play. Cleaver, just a single block there. The double block got there a little bit late. She splits the block and puts it into the far corner. Nice kill out of Cleaver. Couple substitutions coming in for the Comets. That'll bring in number 1, Reagan Peterson, into the front row, and number 5, Addison Bingham, the senior setter, will be back to serve. Isaacson with the pass. They send it right back out to her. She rears back, goes off the top of the block. Dug up there by the Comets, but they just can't corral it enough to keep it into play, and they send it out of bounds. Double substitution in for the Hawkettes. Steinkamp going to be back setting and serving. And Wiederin back into the front row at opposites. Steinkamp, like I said, back to the servicing line. Pass is a little bit too low right off the get-go, and they're not able to get the ball high enough there to get a good contact to get it over the net. Point for the Hawkettes. Steinkamp with a servicing error. And that'll bring Cleaver next to serve. Roush blocked at the net, and Hawkettes not able to pop it back up to get control there, so it'll be a point to the Comets. Cleaver with her second serve. Steinkamp sends it to the outside. Isaacson rears back. Dug up by Kadelka. They send it to Rasmussen, and Rasmussen sends it down the line for another point. She's had some success with her line shots here in this second game. It's her second point so far of this second game. Cleaver splits the two defenders in the back row for serve receive. Point and ace for Cleaver. She's gotten the Comets back into the game, just down by 4 now. 13-9. Ellison steps in for this one. Steinkamp chases it down. Flanders has to pop this ball over for a free ball. North Polk can't do anything with it. Free ball here for the Hawkettes. They get to the outside, and Wiederin gets blocked. She tips on top over the block there and is able to score on a second chance. Anselm back in for Isaacson. She'll step back to the servicing line. Couple of hitters for the Hawkettes trying to get some moisture off of the court. Back set to the Comets, and Hawkettes are there waiting for it, and they block it right down. That'll be a timeout for the Comets as they look to see if they can get a run here to get back into the game. 15-9 here in game number 2.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
And we're back. 15-9 lead here for the Hawkettes. Comets just had it within 3 just a few seconds ago, but a couple serves in by Madison Anselm have lengthened that lead back up to 6. Comets have taken their second time out of the second game here. I think she maybe has one more for this game. Nice serve from Anselm. Sent outside to Rasmussen. She's had some success going down the line, but off the top of the block. Weeder in, roll shots, opportunity here for the Comets. Rasmussen swings again, dug up by Anselm. Steinkamp gets the ball up, Weeder in, puts the ball over. Polk City with some good defense, but they send the ball long. Score for the Hawkettes. Winding that lead out to 16-9. Off the top of the middle block, it's a score for number 1 for the Comets. That's Reagan Peterson. Steinkamp tries to connect up with Roush in the middle, but connection just set was just a little bit too high for Roush to get a touch on it, so it falls harmlessly to the floor. It'll be a point for the Comets. There they go. Much better connection by Roush and Steinkamp as they run the quick off the perfect pass off the serve receive. Put that ball away. Nice run by Roush. Libero Flanders back to serve. Bounces around in the ceiling. Is going to go off the gym, and the Comets have to take it over. Free ball. They run Risk. A little bit too short of a set there for Risk, but she does get it over. Steinkamp with the defense. Anselm with the push over. Back to Wool. Wool dug by Anselm out to Ellison. Ellison rears back and puts the ball away. Flanders still back to the servicing line. 7-point lead for the Hawkettes. Overpass, Risk pops it up. Steinkamp goes out to Wiederin. Wiederin pops it off the block or the top of the net, one of the two. The Comets send it over, send it back out to Ellison. She gets inside the block for the kill. Takes a little bit off and just gets it just inside the block. The block goes right down. Be a substitution. Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. Cleaver's going to take a seat on the bench, and that'll bring in Ailey Isle. Eiley, maybe. Takes the top of the tape. Comets try to keep it in play, but not able to do so. Nice serve there by Flanders. Rasmussen serves, sets the ball out. Steinkamp with the defense. Anselm sends it out to Ellison. Ellison rears back and puts that ball away. One-on-one on the outside. She takes the angle, puts it right down to the court. 21-11. Flanders keeps things going. Peterson off the top of the blocks, able to get the kill. Double substitution. That'll bring in Peyton Dirks into the match and number 9, Claire Riker. Riker will be taking the ball at the servicing line. Wiederin dug up from the Comets. Rasmussen, nice cut shot, but Ellison right there. They get it right to Ellison. She swings again off that block and gets another kill. She's caught a little bit of fire here in the second game of the match. Double substitution to bring in Macy Cole and Tegan Moyer back into the game. Setter and opposite. Rasmussen, quick back off of the serve receives, able to put that one off the block, put it down into play. Point for the Comets. Madeline Cleaver back into the lineup, number 10 in the front row. Ellison. Going to be a carry there as they tried to get that ball back up there, but are not able to do so without holding that ball. Isaacson comes in for Anselm. Cleaver swings. Popped up by Flanders. Flanders sends it to Isaacson. Isaacson rears back. Pops it right off the top of that block and out of bounds. Good block from the Comets, but just aren't able to control enough to keep it in play. Dirk sends it over the top of the block. Flanders back out to Moyer, and Moyer puts it right on the back line. Kill for Moyer, and that'll be end of game number 2, 25-13. So 25-18 and 25-13. That's 2-0 win over the North Polk Comets. We have one game left. It looks like they're already ready to go as Dike-New Hartford Wolverines are striding into the gym right now. Should be a great game to do a nightcap for the quadrangle here at Ankeny High School. We'll be back in a few minutes.
No matter how hard I try, I cannot come up with any place I'd rather call home than Ankeny. We raised our family here, so when it came time to downsize, I knew there was no place for me but Ankeny. From unique shops to incredible restaurants, there's always something new to explore, and it's all just a few minutes away. Building my home here with Caliber was one of the best decisions I've ever made. If you're thinking about making a move, let me help you find your perfect home. You'll fall in love with Ankeny just like I have. Let's talk soon.
Freedom Tire is proud to be the title sponsor of supporting Jaguar student athletes through Centennial Digital. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping your family safely on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Come see us at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of Centennial Digital.
We're here at US Cellular, Frost Days, where our customers get exclusive deals just for them.
It's like we got our own special club.
Should we show them?
Get $1,200 off any phone plus $500 off any tablet. Us Days at US Cellular.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
Well, here we are for game number 3 of the quadrangle tonight. It's going to be Dike-New Hartford coming in. I think they won both of their other games, and Ankeny won both of their games. I think they're 2-0, 2-0 on both of them. So I think this is the game that kind of everybody's been waiting for tonight. There's going to be no warm-up, so we're going to jump right into this game. Dike-New Hartford's 2A team, number 6 ranked. They're coached by Diane Harms. It's been a volleyball dynasty here in Iowa for years and years and years. I should be joined here shortly with Felix Chapman, Grandview volleyball player, a current club coach, and a professional volleyball player here. He's going to be rolling in and going to be assisting me here with some color commentary here for this last game. But both teams have both played matches already, so we're not going to really do any warm-up at all for this match. For Dike-New Hartford, go through kind of their starting lineup, who they have out on the floor here. Number 14, Keely Cotton. Number 10, Abby Jensen. Number 13, Mallory Peterson. Number 4 is Ruby Varney, going to be the libero. Number 7 is Aubrey Ash. And let's see who we have on the far side here as they're getting lineups done. It's going to be number 9, Kaylin Meester. Junior setter. So I think that's who we have on the floor right now. And for the Hawkettes, it's going to be the same starting lineup that we've had for the night so far. So we're just about getting ready to get this match started. Steinkamp is going to be serving here as the Hawkettes will be getting ready to go. Mr. Chapman's walking up as we speak here. We'll let him get the headset on here. We're going to get some insight from him as well as Maya Steinkamp takes the first serve of the final match of the evening. Dike sends it to the outside. That's number 10, Abby Jensen with the swing, but dug up by the Hawkettes. Isaacson with a cross court, dug up by the Wolverines as well, and they hit through the block for the first point of the match for Abby Jensen, the senior outside hitter. Welcome, Felix. How are you tonight?
Yeah, how you doing?
Very, very good.
Thanks
good
for
to
having
see you.
me.
No problem. Felix is going to be adding in some color commentary tonight. Also want to thank Riley, our producer and camera operator. We appreciate having her here tonight. Elson pops it up. Steinkamp sends it all the way to the outside. That's Roush on the outside that's going to swing. That's actually Haley Wiederin on the outside swinging. The sophomore outside hitter puts that ball away. Usually playing on the opposite side, but for that rotation was in serve receive and playing outside. It's going to be Madison Anslum back to serve. As our referee is getting a ball off the court, Anslum puts the ball into play. It's going to be a little bit too long.
That was close.
Very, very close. Yeah, it looked like it almost caught that line, but the line judge is closer than we are and calls the ball out. And that'll put Abby Jensen, who just had one of the first kills in the match, back at the surging spot.
Oh, that's a nice flow serve.
And that's Wiederin, the opposite. It's been strong all day. One-on-one block on the outside. She puts that one away.
What about the pass? That was a good
Beautiful
pass.
Perfect pass. That'll be Haley Flanders outside, or back at the servicing line. She's been the libero all day today.
Ace.
And that one puts it right in. A little bit of a directed float serve on that one. She gets a little bit of top spin on that, but nice serve for her. Just splits the two pass receivers for the Wolverines. Almost gets another ace. Goes off the top of the block. Ellison on the outside, roll shot, handled by the Wolverines. But there's a little bit of chaos in them trying to get back into play. Ellison with another swing.
Nice up. Oh,
Flanders.
net violation.
Going to be off the court. Oh, wait, going to be called.
Net violation.
Net violation? Gotcha. Number 7, it looks like they called on Ellison there.
That was number 18, I think.
Was it 18?
Yep.
Okay. That's Raquel Risk.
Yep,
Yeah, Raquel Risk. Overpass there from Anslum. Hawks actually get out of it. Power tip to the corner. Free ball here for the Wolverines. See if they can run something in system. They run a middle, but pop it over and pop it right out of bounds. Risk has a big block up there. I'm sure she was worried about that and tries to get a little creative with it and sends it out of bounds. Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitutions are going to bring in Macy Cole. And let's see who we're bringing in for opposite in this game. It's going to be Malia Cobb, a lefty. It's going to be playing opposite. Wolverines off the top of the block, handled well. Risk, nice job of getting it over on the quick, but better defense by the Wolverines. And they power through the block to get the point. That's number 7, Aubrey Ash, sophomore outside. Now Dike-New Hartford graduated some seniors last year. They graduated a bunch of seniors the year before, but programs like that, they just keep reloading every year. Yeah, the tradition is there, and
they just have to keep it going.
Yep.
That's all you got to do when you got that talent on your gym, you know.
Yep. Small school, small town. Dike-New Hartford, just a 2A school, but I've been a volleyball dynasty here in the state of Iowa for several decades.
Good pass. Use the middle again. Nice.
Risk right off the top of the block. Yep, Risk right off the top of the block. Isaacson's going to pop back into the game, taking the place of Anslum.
It's really important to use those middles during a match.
Absolutely.
That's a great pass.
Perfect pass.
Run a slide here. Wow.
Slide. Block just gets there a little bit late. She was already swinging, was already having that go cross court, puts that ball away. Nice run by the Wolverines.
She really find a good gap right there in between the blockers too.
Yeah, Ruby Varney with a perfect pass, like Felix said, to get them into system.
And she run it back.
Ellison hits back row. Meester.
It's a good roll.
Little disorganization on the Hawk side, but number 10 sees it. Abby Jensen sees the chaos on the Hawk side and pushes it to the back corner for the kill. Aubrey Ash back to serve.
That's why you always keep the eyes on the ball.
Yeah, she definitely saw that there was just some disorganization on the Hawk side as Isaacson tries to pop it over the top of the block, but they are up there just long enough to block it over, and there's nobody there to get that little soft block that they had, and scores a point for the Wolverines. They lengthen their lead to 3, 5-8 here in the first set of our final match of the night. Isaacson with a cross-court bash there. Varney's not able to get that ball up. Score for the Hawkettes.
That was a great swing, by the way.
That'll put Raquel Risk back at the servicing line. The gym gets eerily quiet on some of these serves.
That's a good serve. Nice up.
Oh. Steinkamp keeps it off the ceiling, but it's going to be a net violation, I think, on the
she was on there
setter.
a little bit.
Yep.
And now the rules change a little bit, so as soon as your foot is all the way over the net, that's immediately.
Yep, stops the play.
I mean, if your foot is touching the line a little bit, it's not evaluation.
Yep.
Evaluation.
Yep. That's number 2. That's Bryn Peterson back to serve. Little jump float serve for her.
Oh!
So gets it out to Cobb, and Cobb just taps it right over the top of the block for a score for the Hawkettes. Double substitution, Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution. That'll bring Maya Steinkamp back into the game and Haley Wiederin back into the game. First game, game number 1 here. And they'll be playing the best of 3, so with it being 4 teams here tonight, they wanted to make sure they got all games in. Center tip there, goes right out of bounds, almost caught the line. Kind of a good idea, but wasn't able to execute effectively. Steinkamp gets the Hawkettes back within 1. Wiederin sees the ball go overhead and is not able to get a touch on that one. Substitution on the Wolverine side. That'll bring number 12 into the game, Jalen Smith, sophomore outside hitter, 5'7". Mallory Peterson will take a seat. That's the setter back there. That'll be Kaylin Meester. Nice line shot.
Nice line shot.
Yeah, it was number 10, Abby Jensen, just patient on the swing, let the set get past the block, and then we went right down the line. Beautiful execution.
Good pass around the middle. Oh.
Yankees been scoring in the middle. They probably need to focus on that a little bit more here to get some of these points back and see if they get back into this game.
As long as they keep passing the ball pretty well, I think it's definitely possible.
It's Madison Anselm back to serve.
Got a system set here.
Still able to swing off the block there. Quinn Roush almost had the block there, but wasn't able to get enough, and she just got enough to send it back down to the floor on the Ankeny side. Point for the Wolverines.
Those ones are one of the worst balls to block. They're so far away from the net. Wow.
Wiederin smokes the ball. Great set out there from Steinkamp. She puts that ball away, one-on-one on the outside. Yeah, Wiederin just a sophomore.
She's a sophomore.
Sophomore at 6'2". Does a nice job of it as a righty hitting that opposite too.
That's
good
great.
Swings, yeah, good swings.
Right down the middle of the court like nobody was there.
Flanders with a nice pop-up. Wrist
Middle again, good
runs it
touch.
quick. It's going to pop up there. They blew the whistle a little bit too early. It looks like they called a net violation on the Wolverines anyways.
Number 14, the middle.
So when they give a fist, is that a 1?
No, that's that's a 1 and a 4. So
Okay,
that means
gotcha.
like that's 14.
I'm surprised they don't do a 1 and a 4 for a 14, but I was starting to figure that out, that was the 1.
Well, it's more like a signal of a 0 too. You know,
Got
like
it.
a 1 and a 0. Time
Yeah.
what a great block.
Nice block there from Keely Cotton in the middle. 5'11" middle hitter puts that ball straight down on the Ankeny attack. I'll put Ruby Varney back at the libero, back at the servicing line.
Set her again, yes. Little off that set. High ball, roll shot, nice up, the ball is down.
Anselm just about had a good touch on that one, but it's not able to get enough to pop that ball up for anybody else. 14-11. It's been right at that 2 to 3, 1 to 2 to 3 points here for the Wolverines, keeping this lead. Wiedemann powers through the block. I think the Wolverines were in a much better position that time to get a block on that after they've been burned twice there on pretty good cross-court shots for the from Wiedemann.
Got to press and stay a little more there. She might got that block.
Double substitution brings back Cobb back into the starting lineup and Macy Cole. Cole back to serve. Elsa takes a little bit off of it. Back row attack. Nice middle run. I don't know if that got above the net or not.
I did not saw any touch there.
Flanders tries to just trickle it over the top of the net, but doesn't get enough of it and hits the tape and goes straight down. Kind of an important point there, big point to would have gotten the Hawkettes back within 1. But they'll have to work back in again off of the serve receive. Risk with a nice swing. Powers through that block.
I think if they move the middles a little bit more, they might get something better.
Yeah, that
less
one
touches on the block.
Yeah, that one moved a little bit, pulled that blocker over a little bit, maybe running that 30, that 3 or the 31 set.
Maybe a slide too.
Yep. Slide, they're not going to be able to run really because they're running a 6-2.
Yeah,
but
they have a right side in the front row.
Yep. Cobb with a little tap over. Back to the offensive side for the Wolverines.
Just going to put you on the right side. Oh,
Ash
no,
swinging away. They're going to get it right back out to the outside, running the slide this time. And it doesn't get over the top of the net.
And
Point for the Hawkettes.
They're doing what they want. They're keeping the team out of system, which means that the ball is only going to the outside or to the right side, you know?
Yep.
Easy to read for the blockers here, too.
Ellison back to serve. Isaacson back into the front row. Isaacson, nice cover. Cobb rears back. Defended well by the Wolverines. Dump. Flanders right there. Isaacson with a touch over the top of the block. Perfect choice right there. They were gearing up for a big swing, and she just pops it right over the top of the block.
Sorry, my legs are too long.
Yep. Got a little table here that we're broadcasting from, and Felix at 6'8" doesn't have any place to really fold up his legs here. But Hawkettes back with the lead here, 16-15, with a little run from the servicing line from Ellison. Varney with a perfect pass, runs back row.
In.
Called out.
I don't know, I might be a little blind, but that was close.
Yeah, Abby Jensen from the back row, and there'll be a timeout for Coach Harms as she'll talk it over as they go down 17-15 here in the first game of the last game of the night. We'll be back in just a second.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
Came back and played well after that, and we're back. Quick timeout there. Harms trying to reset the troops.
Gotta do a good pass here so that way they can side out really quick.
Yeah, Dike has always prided themselves on fundamentals, and you can see that almost everybody on the court can pass and everybody on the court can swing. Nice pass to get them started there and run that slide. And Cole at the setting position just isn't able to get enough of that ball to get it to their next player.
Now they gotta be aggressive on the serve so that way they can continue to move up too.
Also with a nice pass.
Hands. Too low.
Risk too low, yeah, a little low on the set. Sending it to the outside. Isaacson rears back.
Nice.
Goes down the line, switches things up. She'd had two pieces of success with a tip over the top and a cross-court kill, but goes down the line that time and nobody was there. And Risk back to serve.
Nice hybrid there. Ooh, that ball's gonna be tight. Middle.
Cole does a nice job of corralling that one, but great defense by the Wolverines. Little miscommunication on the defense, but Isaacson's able to.
4 contacts.
Yep, gets enough of that ball and a little bit of chaos on the Wolverine side, and they're not able to get that ball over. Great shot by Isaacson off of a bump set.
And what's helping Ankeny right now is the defense. They're playing really good defense and doing a good job on that serve line right there. They haven't missed a serve since I got here, which is good.
I don't think so. Yeah. Thought you were going to jinx him there for a second, Felix. Slide, but Cole's right there, ready for it this time. Tips there. Setter gets it. Ellison sends it to Isaacson with a pop over it, but the defense right there, ready to go.
That was a net violation. I think
violation,
it was him.
Yeah. I mean, number 9, so the middle hitter. Substitution, Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital for the Wolverines.
That was a solid swim, by the way.
It was. Brenton Peterson going to be into the game, sophomore DS.
What a great set.
With the hammer. But that was the work that they'd done in the middle there with that threat. That middle hitter our middle blocker wasn't able to get out to the outside.
Let's give it credit to the setter, too.
And it was a one-on-one. Beautiful set. That was Macy Cole.
Wow.
Steinkamp in to set now, and also at the servicing line. Wiederin back into the front row. They'll go right to her.
That's a nice cop.
Right around that block, and I think she hit that far line. Wolverines put the ball into play. Four hits there, didn't get over the net there. Thought it was a block there, but it didn't get over the net. Another point for the Wolverines. They're back within 1 point, 2019. Isaacson.
That was a good move.
Uses the full court there. Isaacson again. Chase down here. It'll be a free ball here for the Hawkettes. See what they can do with it. Steinkamp sends it right back to Wiederin. Bump set. Flanders once again with the defense. They run quick to the middle. That's Quinn Roush with the kill, junior middle hitter.
And Haley Flanders is all over the place,
Yep.
dude.
2 perfect passes there to keep him in system. Anselm just barely misses the top of the tape. I think that's that double hit rule here. They keep it on their side. They run the quick. Roush almost gets the kill. They send it back to the outside. Power tip. Anselm bump set. Dug up by Flanders. Once again, all over the place there, but no block on that one. Hit the top of the tape and bounce back over.
It's going a little bit early. But that's why she's hitting that ball on the way down instead of the way up.
Jensen back to serve.
That's a good serve. Ball goes to the outside. Down the
Nelson
line.
off the top of the block, and
Also up.
Wolverines aren't able to trace that one down. Yeah, Jensen's been getting a lot of sets in the front row and playing all the way around here. She perfect pass there in the front there too, run a 3. And that ball's called in.
Almost every time that one of the teams run the middles, they score.
Yep. So talk about that 3, Felix. How's that different than a regular set to the middle? What are they doing, and what are they trying to accomplish when they push that ball out?
They're trying to target the setter or the right side. So that means that they want the middle to move to that gap, so they might set the right side as well. And when that ball is been set, I mean, it's really difficult to stop.
Ball hits the standard on the way by. It'll be a point for the Hawkettes as they inch closer and closer to a win here in game number 1, 23-21. They need 2 more points to lock this game number 1 up. The setter opposite switch, Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution, brings Macy Cole to the servicing line.
That's a great serve.
It's like a knuckleball there. There's no spin on the ball.
Better out of system set.
Yeah, Aubrey Ash was able to get some good top spin on that roll shot. Able to put it away.
This team can really do it all.
That's Mallory Peterson at the servicing line. Cobb. Defense good, back to the back row. Cobb with another touch. And the Wolverines chase it down. It's going to be a opportunity for the Hawks to run something in system. Mallory Ellison, but dug by Varney. Ball still in play. Ellison with another swing. Varney there again. Free ball here for the Hawkettes. Ellison tries to take it over.
Hit it.
Risk puts the ball away off the block. Game point here for the Hawkettes. Little bit of a sloppy bit of play there from both teams.
A little bit of ping pong. That's what we call it sometimes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But this time it did work.
Ellison with game point on her hand.
Nice flow serve, better pass. Run a slide, score.
I think Hawkettes did a better job of blocking at that time. They were actually, tempo-wise, they were up and in the right spot, but just aren't able to steer that ball back into the courts.
It's off. Good set.
Isaacson.
Oh. Gonna
ties it up. Yep, ties it up at 24. I like Isaacson's confidence of ripping that ball, but just does catch the top of the tape. Flanders with a nice pass out to Isaacson. She gets it back there, scores the point, gets her team back up with a chance to win the game. Ellison Risk back to the service line.
What year is she on?
Risk is a junior. Played quite a bit as a sophomore last year. Was in the mix last year as one of the middle hitters. Block was there. Jensen powers it and just pops up enough, and not able to get anybody there off the top of the block. Ties it back up against at 25. Short serve, Ellison.
Pass.
Beautiful pass. Cobb, a little bit too strong on the swing. No touch called, it was out. Thought it was the right set. She had an opportunity there, but just didn't get it, not enough on top of the ball, and that'll be a timeout called for Liz Baithke for the Hawkettes. We'll be back in just a second.
So when an athlete walks into Dike-New Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to...
And we're back. Quick timeout there for the Hawkettes. Are down 1 here in game number 1. Need this point to stay in the match. Isaacson with a perfect pass and get it right back out to her. She has a tip over the top of the block. Jensen sends it over. Hawkettes send system back to Isaacson. Another great dig by the Wolverines. And a block by the Hawkettes. They needed it like they needed to breathe. They bring it back to 26. Cobb with the block.
I think number 10 have received probably 60 or 70% of the balls.
Yep. And they finally got her tempo down, and were able to get a clean block on it.
She's a smart hitter.
Yep, Steinkamp in to serve. Ooh, I thought that was long, but
so right on the line.
Right on the line. A little, change-up shot there from the middle. They deviated from that kind of ratio that they've been going quite a bit outside and got a one to the middle there, and she's able to score on it. Wolverines back up.
Good pass.
Isaacson gets dug. Gonna be a free ball here for the Hawkettes.
Dude, she's swinging at everything.
Isaacson on the outside. Dug up by Varney.
Great
big surprise, she swings again and kill for the first game. 27, 28, 26 for the Wolverines. And we'll be back here for game number 2 in just a few minutes. We'll hear a couple words from our sponsors.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny Hawks mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are one of the main reasons people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a proud supporter. I've been helping Ankeny families for over 20 years, and if you or anyone you know needs help finding the perfect home, let's talk. But first, go Hawks.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected.
Which is ironic, don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else.
Ironic.
Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way.
Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Traffic jam. Ugh, and I'm already late.
All the pets in Ankeny can't wait to see us at Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. Located just south of Uptown, our family-owned and operated practice has yearly plans with monthly pay options. Your dog or cat can get routine and preventative care before you may ever even know they are sick. From dental care to x-rays to our own pharmacy, we love them like our own. Your pets are our pets at Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital.
And we're back for game number 2, 28-26 in favor of the Wolverines in game number 1.
We're in 15 or 25?
They'll go 25.
Okay.
Yep. And the Hawks are going to look to try to win this second game to give us our first 3-game match of the night. I think all 2 games on both sides, all 4 games leading up to this have been 2-0. Dike-New Hartford winning 2-0 in both of their games, and the Hawks winning 2-0 in theirs. And this game, the Wolverines will be the first to serve. That's the setter in the serving position. That's Kaylin Meester. Out the outside, Weeder in swings, but this block is right there. Jensen blocked by the Hawkette block. You go to her again. She rolls it over the top. Flanders gets the ball. Just enough of a touch by the Wolverines to keep the ball in play. Steinkamp stays out of the way of Flanders. Free ball here for the Hawkettes. See what they can do with it. Steinkamp sends it to the opposite. Weeder in off the top of the block, gets the kill. Some scrappy points here. Both teams are just getting enough touches on each of these balls to keep it in play here. And
I love when the liberos hustle.
yeah. Little slide there is well defended by the Hawkettes. Ooh. Flanders sends it to Steinkamp. Steinkamp sends it to Ellison off the top of the block, but some miscommunication by the Wolverines, but they're able to still get it over. Steinkamp goes to the opposite.
Nice.
So it's still getting a touch on almost every ball. The Wolverines are defensively just getting a hand on everything. But kill able to be completed there by Ellison. That'll put Anselm at the servicing line.
Short serve on the
Servicing
net.
error by Anselm. I'll put Jensen at the servicing line for the Wolverines. Been the focus of their offense almost all night. She'll probably get a couple back row attacks here in as well. Weeder in, outside. Steinkamp with a good delivery, puts it away, cross court. Quinn Roush takes a seat, and that'll bring in Raquel Risk into the front row. Flanders back to serve. Back row attack, Jensen. Tries a roll shot over the top of the block.
You got to find your front row a little more.
I think even if she would have gotten that one up a little bit higher, I think Risk would have stuffed that one down. She was right in line there.
Good pass.
Weiner tries to cut that a little bit too sharp and hits it into the net.
Got to transition a little more so she can keep that ball in front of her.
Yeah, with Jensen in the back row, I'm not even sure who they're going to for at the outside in the front row. Seeing who they pull over here, but they don't think they've gotten a lot of sets to whoever it is here. It's number 7, that'd be Aubrey Ash. Ash has gotten a couple swings. And that's Jalen Smith, a sophomore outside hitter that just got a block on Ellison. Another point for the Wolverines. Overpass. Touched by the middle hitter for the Wolverines. It goes straight down.
Said his back row, so she couldn't do anything there.
Yep.
Nice off speed.
There's Ash getting a swing. Elson.
Got a great swing.
Cross court.
Ooh.
Yeah, with the double hits now, that's not going to get called if it's on their same side. So used to having that be a double call almost every time and win that point.
But it's kind of hard to get used to for a lot of people because he's been on the rules for such a long time that even if you know it already, you're always gonna be like double. It's just that habit.
Yeah, Cole back in with the double substitution. Cobb back into the front row at opposite. Cole serving.
Short serve. It's at the right side. That's a nice block there. No transition to the middle. And she did not get that block.
He was right there, but just wasn't able to get enough of that ball to send it back over. Ball squeaks in on the Hawkette side. Cobb tries to finagle that one over the top of the block, but doesn't get enough on the tip and hits the top of the block, goes straight down.
Then they should keep working with the middles as long as they can. Your hands, run it.
Ellison off the top of the block, well read by the Wolverine defense. Pops it over, right over top of the block, and Ellison takes a swing at it, hits it right into the net.
Not a bad idea, but I think the ball was a little too low.
Yep. Wolverines with a 2-point lead. Ellison with the pass, gets it to Risk. Flanders gets it over. Ash,
nice
blocked
block
by the Hawkettes. Take the second ball over, and we're going to get a net call on Raquel Risk in the net. Coach Baithke's probably close to getting a timeout here as a 3-point lead starting to widen here for the Wolverines. Out to Ellison. Ellison puts that one away with some authority.
And the Hawks are being a little bit desperate right now. Gotta be smart about their plays. They're down 2 points.
Just need to get a good set to that middle to open up those outsides and get some pressure there.
I think a couple of good sets here. The good serves here will do it.
Yep. First real confusion that we've seen here in game number 2 on the serve receive for the Wolverines. Ellison with a nice serve. Gets them back within 1 point, 7-8 here in game number 2.
That was a really good float serve. There goes another one. Ball is off.
Ash with the swing.
Cross.
Isaacson tools it off the block.
We're back. She does these type of smart plays that they need to keep scoring. You serve, you play some defense, you put the ball down. Good pass.
Barney with a good pass. They run the
middle.
middle. Trying to figure out what's happening there on those middle blocks. Are they just not sealing on the net?
Well, I think they're reaching back before they press over instead of pressing over right away, so that way you don't give the ball any chance to stay on your side. Middle. Nice run.
Yeah, Cole with a nice little touch up there to Risk. The set was a little bit low, but Risk was able to still get enough on it to tool it off the side of that block. That'll take her back to the serve.
Got a great serve.
Overpass.
Hang out.
Isaacson tries to put that ball away on a touch there, but just gets a little bit too close to that line and sends it out of bounds. Right idea, but execution-wise, just didn't complete it.
She choose the short side. Should have went right when you have more space there. Well, what happens? Short ball, good pass, run the middle. Nice put down.
Pass and pound there for Quinn Roush. Steps up, gets the pass up, and they go right to her, right in the middle, and able to score on that one.
95% right now. Both of the teams running the middle.
Steinkamp back to serve. Wiedemann back into the front row.
Deep serve. Go back row. Ooh.
Out, little long.
You don't see that often on the women's game. That's good. Hitting from the back row. So they're playing with the right side right now. Normally they would do a substitution right there, but they're keeping the right side over there.
Yeah, with the setter in the front row.
Yeah, with the setter on the front row. So they're running a 5-1 right now at the middle. See that the hands are behind. That's what they're touching it, but.
Yeah, not penetrating the top of the net.
Yep.
Yeah, so that 5-1, you're losing that hitter on the far right, typically, because that's where your setter's at.
So you only have 2 hitters on the front row and 1 on the back row.
Yep, and then you use that one in the back row to take the place of that opposite.
A great swing, better up, don't dump it. Run the middle, score. I'm telling you, got to keep running the middles if that's what's working.
Yeah, Roush is scoring pretty much at will, one-on-one blocks in the middle. I think Keely Cotton probably is their best blocker there at 5'11". I think she's one of the taller people on the team right now. Looking through the rest of the lineup.
That was in. What a great ace, dude. Down the line.
Anselm with the set with the ace.
He's right on that pad where the set is coming from. Oh, she let it drop a little bit. The touch. Set in middle, too low.
Like the idea, just lack of execution there in front of the Hawkettes. You're gonna make a mistake, make the mistake high. Wiedemann off the top of the block, corralled there by the Wolverines.
Net violation.
Net violation.
Number 9 is Quinn.
Quinn Roush, yep. Not many 5'8" middles.
Right.
See playing, right? Especially as a junior there.
She moved pretty well.
Yeah, but effective. Still a good jumper.
Off speed. Going right side.
Smart play. Jalen Smith, the sophomore outside hitter for the Wolverines, scores for them. 1 point lead for the Wolverines. 14-13 here in game number 2. Ellison powers through that block, but the Wolverines are there to be able to keep it in play. Gets a set up that time, but the Wolverines are right there for good defense.
Nice out of system ball.
Ellison, roll shot.
Nice up.
Hawkettes are keeping the ball in play with some good defense here, but the Wolverines are right there with them. Oh, nice play there by Ellison. Saw the whole back line creeping up and got a first touch and just sent it back to that back corner. They needed that point really badly. Ties it up at 14. Hopefully give them some momentum going here as Flanders is back to serve.
What a great serve.
Nice
what a great
serve. First time we're really seeing a lot of trouble on serve receive from the Wolverines and pretty much the whole match as Aubrey Ash gets a...
I think Haley got an ace early on the second set.
Yep.
And now she got another one.
Probably gonna go short here. Nice serve. Nice serve. Back row to Jensen. Oh,
tight.
Little tight, little tight.
That's the balls that they need to take care of, so that way they can keep scoring. Haley was serving pretty well. Good pass.
Great pass, run the middle.
Run the middle there. That's a 2 blocks in the middle and a 1 ball.
Yeah, still a little low on that set though. We need to get that reach so Raquel can reach really high for that ball, but better. Double substitution, that'll bring Cole back in to serve, be the new setter. And that'll bring in number 17, Tegan Moyer, for the first time into this last game. Perfect pass for the Wolverines. Great dig there by Flanders, and Cole just wasn't able to get enough on that one to get a set on or get over the net. I think she was, last second, she's just trying to poke it over the top of the net. 16-16. Outside, Ellison.
Got a drag dig off the ceiling, ping ball. Oh.
Went back to the only person that couldn't touch it again, and Jensen, because she had been the one to dig it. And,
I would have touched it just in case. You never know.
Referee might have missed it. Ellison back in to serve. Isaacson back into the front row.
Deep serve, good hands. Going to the outside. Great dig again.
Nice job. Nice ball up for Isaacson. Roll shot from Ash. Moyer with the pass over.
Good.
Risk, nice job.
See, and that's what I was going to tell you earlier. Ankeny hits a little more into those gaps. It's really hard to get. Well, they're hitting right now right where the player is. And this,
Dike-New Hartford.
Yep.
Dike-New Hartford, sorry.
They're pretty good controlling the ball. Not
nice
a
block.
Out of system. She's going tipping over.
Oh. Thought that one might squeak in there. Cole was waiting for that tip, but goes awry. Wolverines clawing back into game number 2, just down 1, 18-17.
Nice
Isaacson rolls the ball over, but Wolverines are right there. Going to be a free ball here for the Hawkettes.
Tie again.
Not able to get that ball over. Eighteens. Flanders takes the ball over. It'll be a free ball here for the Wolverines. They'll get it to Jensen.
Go.
Chasing it down.
Yes.
They get it chased down. Flanders is going to get the ball. Bring it over. Jensen in the middle. Goes out of bounds. Nice run down there by Ellison and Flanders. See if this can get these guys motivated for the last little push to the end of the match. 19-18. Risk at the servicing line. Nice serve. Ball popped up. Out the outside, Isaacson swings. Good defense there by the Wolverines. Jensen swings away. Doesn't hit anything in the ceiling there. Isaacson swings again. Gonna get it to Jensen again.
Down the line.
Down the line, ready to go.
I think that's her best shot.
Yep. Just fundamentally just so sound on her swings.
She gets to the ball pretty well and keep her arms up and swing away.
Isaacson on the outside.
Good shot
Sharp
there.
angle.
They bite it back. Nice block. Ball is down.
Isaacson's able to get a decent block there and pop it back over.
see, that's the difference when you're aggressive on the block right there. You don't even let that ball go over the net before you penetrate over it.
Yeah, and size-wise, that's the big advantage that Ankeny has. I mean, Wolverines don't have anybody over 5'11", and we have a 6-footer in Isaacson. You got a 6'2" in Wiederin. Definitely have some advantages in the height situation. Nice. Isaacson with a nice swing again, and the Wolverines aren't able to chase that one down. Lengthens that lead, just a little bit of breathing room that the Hawkettes need here to try to get game number 2, to get them to game number 3, and that'll be a timeout for Coach Diane Harms of the Wolverines, and we'll be back in just a second.
So when an athlete walks into Dike-New Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
Yep.
No.
She's over there sitting by Haley. She's pretty good.
Yeah, I know who she is. I trained her.
All right, we're back. 21-19 here in game number 2. Hawkettes trying to get this one to extend it to game number 3. Steinkamp back with the serve. Little mini run for the Hawkettes, trying to get this lead lengthened. I bet they're going to go to Jensen, but they go to the middle.
Good up there by Haley. Roll
nice
shot.
Roll shot.
Nice down the cross. Wow! What a great up.
Great up there, too. Back to within 1. Meester back to serve. Wiederin down the line, and it's going to go out. Tied up at 21 here, game number 2. Good pass by Flanders. Roush with the quick over. Well played. Ellison, Steinkamp, Isaacson off the top of the block. Not going to be enough to keep it out of play. Setter's out.
Nice set.
Ball to
Wiederin.
Wiederin does a nice job of popping that one over, gets the ground. Wolverines wanted a pancake called on that one to keep that ball going, but the referees both overruled and said the ball had hit the ground. 1 point lead here for the Hawkettes, 22-21. Anslem with the serve. Jensen.
Nice block.
Block by the Hawkettes. They needed that block for sure. That was Roush and Ellison on the outside with the block. Timeout back to the Wolverines. Harm's going to talk it over. We'll just stay here for this 30 seconds. Don't go to commercials. 23-21. What do you think Harms is saying in that timeout over there, Felix?
I think she's probably telling them that they need to be able to side out so that way they can score, because with a team like this is really hard to keep up with the rally. You know, they're taller, they're stronger, so they really need to be able to use their middles so that way they can side out and maybe be a little more aggressive on their blocking.
Yep.
Well, other than that, we'll see. We'll see what happens at this time.
And Baithke, what do you think she's talking to her team? She pulled
aside
Steinkamp and Ellison, the setter and the outside, and talked to them separately.
She's probably telling them to finish strong. They got 2 more points, and they cannot let them catch up. That's what I will probably tell them. Probably keep the serve in and win the game.
Yeah, I think my thought would be with Ellison. She's been swinging hard, a lot of it. I'd like to see a power tip, maybe Tool off the side of that block if she gets an opportunity.
Trying to surprise
I think
the
that's
defense.
there. Yep. Nice serve from Anslem.
Good up. You got to play it up. Nice
up.
Finish it. Nice up. Ball is over.
Oh! Ellison's eyes just got huge there. She had an opportunity to be able to put that one away and just took a little bit off of it. 23-22, still in favor of the Hawkettes. Wiederin sends it over to Ellison. Roll shot from Ellison. Opportunity here for the Wolverines.
Nice block.
Block there. That's Roush in the middle, puts that down. She's had 2 big blocks here in the last few points here. She takes it to the bench there and brings in Raquel Risk. Great play out of the junior middle hitter. Big presence in there, even though 5'8", and Flanders gets a little excited and sends it out of bounds on game point. 24-23. Here we are again, Felix, right here at game point, and the second game, it's going to be tight either way.
We'll do middle or right side here. We'll see. Good pass. She went to the right side. Game is over.
I think they all thought she was going middle too, and Wiederin had a one-on-one block there. Is able to win game point 25-23. We're going to the third game. We'll be take a quick break and hear from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Dear cable internet, I've met someone I can rely on, who moves my speed and is okay with how much I work. I'm sorry, but US Cellular Home Internet and I just have a stronger connection.
Get connected with US Cellular's home internet for just $39.99 when bundled with a wireless plan, plus a 3-year price lock guarantee. US Cellular, built for us.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
Real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. I've been helping families here for over 20 years as a realtor, and I know that our schools and community activities are second to none. That's why people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a supporter. If I can help you or anyone you know find the perfect home in Ankeny or the Metro, let's talk. And now it's time to cheer on our kids.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
All the pets in Ankeny can't wait to see us at Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. Located just south of Uptown, our family-owned and operated practice has yearly plans with monthly pay options. Your dog or cat can get routine and preventative care before you may ever even know they are sick. From dental care to x-rays to our own pharmacy, we love them like our own. Your pets are our pets at Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital.
All right, we're back for game number 3. So Felix, we split games. You know, let's talk about what is Ankeny telling their team? Obviously, they probably got the momentum right now, but both games were 26-28 for Dike and 25-23 for Ankeny. Pretty close.
So I would say less errors. Probably side out better. Keep using the middles and be aggressive on their blocks. That's for sure, because I don't think they have any issue with serve receive, especially with serving. I think they only missed 1 serve so far, or 2 maybe. Other than that, I think if they're aggressive on the block, that this game can be over pretty quick.
Yeah, now with we assume this is going to be a 15-point game. 15-point game right now. So do we talk about anything, like I think I've always thought about you want to be the first to get to 5, right? That 5th point. You make it into little mini games to try to make sure that you're not getting too far far away from the score.
Yeah, and that way you can keep moving up. We're having a goal. You know, it can be a little, how you say, like 5 points, and then let's get to 10, and then it's gonna be easier to get to 15.
Because you give up a lead in a game like this, it's going to be really hard to come back from.
It's only 15 points. And as we talked, got a great pass, middle, grew it up.
Good run. Tries that dump to the back row, gets it to Isaacson.
What a great
Isaacson
swing.
puts that ball away. Huge shot out of Isaacson. Substitution brings in Anselm back into the game. She's going to be serving. Has been a strong server for most of the night. They run the middle. Ankeny's there, ready to go. Steinkamp there.
Line. Saves it pretty well.
Wiedemann had a strong shot there, though, too. Gets it out to Ellison. Ellison gets it inside that block for the kill. Early 2-0 lead here for the Hawkettes. They want to keep this going. Good defense by Steinkamp there, being in that setter defense spot. Be able to get that tip over. Nice roll shot there from from Jensen. But she's going to be in the back row now for this next part of this rotation. I'm surprised they didn't try to keep her in most of the rotation in the front to keep that offense going in the right direction. But she's back at the servicing spot now.
In. What a great serve.
Great serve. Hit that far corner. He's going to overrule. Oh, she's called it out. Oh, I thought that hit in.
Wow. That was definitely in.
Yeah. Thought the referee, the up ref, was going to overrule that, but he allowed her to call it there. Flanders with the serve. Nobody's there. First miscommunication we've seen like that all night here. The pressure, maybe this third game, is getting to Harms, and she's going to call a timeout. 4-1. That was a close play. We'll just go ahead and keep it here. So we're at 4-1. Or, you know, that first mini game of being the first one of 5. Ankeny's almost there, but Harms with that quick timeout to make sure that she can get her group talk to. Yep. Yeah, slow things down here. And veteran coach here. She's been there forever. There with her husband, Mr. Harms. There is their assistant coach. She's been in situations like this her whole career. So probably got this speech for a situation like this. She's probably given it 100 times. So trying to get her girls calmed down to see if they can get a side out here. I imagine that they're going to be going out to Jensen on the outside.
And since it's early on the game, they're not too far away. So still 4-1.
Jensen's in the back row, so they can't go to Jensen on the outside.
And that's a great timeout there. Yeah. So give it to the coach.
Ice the server. That'll bring up Ruby Varner. Haven't called her name a ton. She's been a great defensive player here, but putting her at the line to serve. Weeder in. Tools it off the block all the way across the courts. Point for the Hawkettes. 1st to 5, 5-2. And a setting change is happening here. It'll bring in Gwen Christensen into the game. Her first action for this match. She'll be back to serve. Gwen's a solid server. Right down the line. Out to Ash. Ash is with a tip, power tip, gets that back corner. Mallory Peterson in the server spot. 5-3. Elsa on the outside.
Out.
No touch there at the net, and that ball goes long.
It's a little late.
A little bit too strong on that swing.
And how I say, since it's early in the game, the lead's still there, so they're close by 1 now.
Change up there. Oh, right off the side of the block. Risk a good strong block up there, but gets tooled off of that and goes out of bounds. Tied up at 5. Wolverines have battled back. Moyer on the outside. Christensen almost gets a good play on the ball there, but goes off her platform and gives the Wolverines the first lead of the third play here, third game, 6-5.
Nice set.
Nice set.
Better swing though. She's so quick that she can hit anything, dude.
Yep.
Anything.
Probably leaned it a little bit higher to really get on top of that ball, but Risk is able to take that back to that back corner and get a score. 6-6 here. Looking back at that Harms timeout, she called it exactly the right time to get her team back into this match. Ellison with the serve. Out to Ash. Flanders with the dig, sends it over. Slide,
nice
swing,
block.
but the
ball is down.
Ankeny blocks right there. That's Isaacson and Risk out there. Looks like Isaacson got that one for the slide. They've gotten a lot better timing on that one as they've seen that a couple times here in the match. Ellison back to serve. Ankeny back in the lead, 7-6.
Nice deep serve. Ball is off. She almost got an ace.
Meester gets
free
that.
ball.
Goes off the top of the tape.
Oh my goodness. That could have got anybody.
Yeah, Hawkett's going to want that one back.
That was a great free ball.
Yep, Ash with the serve. Meester back, or Jensen back in the front row. And Moser does a nice job. Moyer does a nice job of little flick off the top of that block and able to get a score off of there. Risk back to serve. 8-7 in favor of the Hawkettes. Here, a pin drop here in the gym.
What a great serve.
Jensen, overpass. Almost blocked there by Roush, but doesn't get a good seal on the net and bounces around underneath of her. Flanders back in for Risk. Peterson to serve.
Tip over the net.
Moyer.
Ooh, another tip.
Another tip. Opportunity here for the
line.
Wolverines.
Wow, what a hustle.
Great play here. A free ball here for the Hawkettes. Out to Isaacson. Isaacson rips it.
What a great up. Hey, they got the point.
Jensen just tries to pull a little bit of umph off that ball, but isn't able to get that ball over. One of the first hitting errors that she's had for the match here. This comes at an unfortunate time as Steinkamp back in to set and to serve. Wiedemann back in on the opposite as well. Tool off the block. Jensen back in there. Number 12, Jalen Smith in for the Wolverines. Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution. 9-9 here in this penultimate third set. Isaacson, pretty good pass. Get it right back to her.
Nice
cross court.
Two hands, tie ball. Push it on the outside, hit the line. Yes.
Elsa tries to take it down, touched on the line.
I think she hurt me.
Yep. Felix called it and went right down the line for the kill. 10-9 Hawkettes. Hawkettes need just one little push here to lengthen this lead to get them to the end result here. Anselm back in to serve. Opportunity here for the Hawkettes. Jensen hits long. No touch. Point Hawkettes, 12-9 or 11-9.
They need to take advantage of these.
Timeout for the Wolverines. Let's go ahead and hit one commercial here, Riley, and we'll be right back.
Dear Cable Internet, I've met someone I can rely on, who moves my speed and is okay with how much I work. I'm sorry, but US Cellular Home Internet and I just have a stronger connection.
Get connected with US Cellular's home internet for just $39.99 when bundled with a wireless plan, plus a 3-year price lock guarantee. US Cellular, built for us.
And we're back. 11-9 here in the third game. Both Ankeny and Dike have won both of their first 2 games, 2-0. So this is the third game. Somebody's going to go home with the first loss of the season. Block in.
And that's why it's really important to keep that serve in after a timeout.
Yep, that was Wiederin and Roush out there for the double block. I think Wiederin actually had that block. But nice seal there, 6'2" senior, 6'2" sophomore for the Hawkettes. 12-9, back row attack from Ash, dug up by Steinkamp. Over to Wiederin. Wiederin gets enough. It's pancaked up. It was down. Ball was down. Thought Varney almost got that ball pancaked up, but this is exactly the lead that Ankeny was looking for at 13-9, just 2 points from the third game here.
If they 3 points,
yep,
this should be it.
Anselm needs to keep this ball in.
Nice serve. Better pass.
Net violation.
Number 16.
That's Wiederin there on a net violation. They got some points to work with here. 13-10. Where are you going with this set here if you're Steinkamp? Felix, you going outside or you going to the middle, or the opposite's been solid as well?
Yeah. Go middle here. It's tight.
Setter's out.
Down the line. Straight up. Right side or outside. And that's game.
Ellison, nice one-on-one swing. That gets the Hawkettes to game point.
All they got to do is just stray a couple points, and that's
Flanders has a couple service errors here in this last game. She's going to look to keep this one in.
And she does.
She does. Varney with a perfect pass. They run the slide, and
it's
going to go long, no touch. That'll be game point for the Hawkettes, 15-10 in game 3. That brings us to a close here in Ankeny as we've had Ankeny 15-9. Was that 15-9 that last game? 15-10. So game number 1 was Ankeny Christian Academy, 25-17, 25-13. Win for the Hawkettes. North Polk came in next, 25-18, 25-15. And then the nightcap, 26-28. First round, or first game loss, 25-23, 15-10 for the Hawkettes to go 3-0 as the start of the season's upon us. What did you like from Ankeny, Felix?
What I liked was they were really determined. Almost every single point, I think they were hustling really well. They played well as a team, and I would say the best thing that they did was serve. I think they kept the other team out of system, which hurt them to not be able to use the middles. And I think on the end of the night, they blocked really well.
Yep. That size really showed up there, especially in that last game. They got a couple blocks that really helped them out.
And offensively, I think outside, right side, and the middle, they're pretty solid, which is good because they didn't even have to use the back row to find ways how to score.
Yep.
So what better way to do it if you're in the front row?
Yep, absolutely. Well, that'll end the night for us here. I think the next game is going to be next week against Valley. I think MediaCom will be here to cover that game, so we'll look forward to seeing them. They may be traveling on Tuesday for another game. I'm not sure when that's going to be, but that'll wrap us up. We appreciate Riley for being here, Felix for being here as well, and
for having me.
We'll call it a night here at South Ankeny. 3-0 start to the season for the Ankeny Hawkettes.